Crime.
Theft.
Cupcakes.
Despair.
Justice. 3 weeks ago, cupcakes were stolen from Mr. D's lab. We knew we had to get to the bottom of it.
To determine who had committed this crime, we got down to business. First and most importantly, we gathered our safety gear of goggles and gloves, as well as our known substances of flour, baking soda, sugar, and salt. We tested these substances' reactions on acid, iodine, lead nitrate, their solubility with water, all of this in a spot plate, as well as a burn test which we safely conducted over a Bunsen burner with little aluminum spoons.
We noted the results of these reactions, so once we test the unknown substance, we can compare it to the known substances to conclude which substance it is.
Il ne parle que du bon Dieu, il ne parle que du bon Dieu. Ni chameau, ni diligence, il parcourt l'Europe à pied, Scandinavie ou Provence, dans la sainte pauvreté. Dominique et Nique s'en allaient tout simplement, routiers, pauvres et chantants, en tout chemin.
We gathered samples from all the suspects' personal possessions or homes after receiving warrants and tested these in the same way so we could compare it to our known substances.
Then we went to the crime scene and gathered a sample from the area of the crime and did precise tests on the powdery substance so as to conclude what it may be or who committed the crime.
We analyzed our results of the powder tests and looked for correlations in results of these chemical and physical changes. We saw that the unknown substances were similar to some aspects of Mr. Zhao and Miss Apty's reactions. However, there was still more to observe in order to find the culprit.
Lastly, we used chromatography, where we suspended dyes on paper over a specific liquid and watched the mixture split into their parts of dyes on the paper. We compared the chromatography results of the suspects' mixtures with the mixture from the crime scene in order to further conclude and understand who committed the crime.
After all the experiments, we still couldn't match anyone to the unknown substance that was found at the crime. We decided the next step was to go out, interview the suspects, and see what each of them had to say for themselves, but we got turned away. I wonder why.
We decided we had to go back and review all the data. It was the only way we could figure it out.
We realized
Who had done the crime?
Who swiped the sweets?
who conned the cakes, who stole the cupcakes.
We had to let each other know right away.
That's how we figured out. It was no one! After further analysis of our data, we can surely conclude that none of the suspects are guilty in the theft of Mr. D's cupcakes. Our data is inconclusive, as none of the substances from the suspects match perfectly with the crime scene substance, as it would be unethical to convict someone without fully conclusive data that directly proves this crime. We are not accusing anyone. The chromatography slip of the crime scene mixture did not match any of the other mixtures' chromatography slips. The chemical testing created differing results, with different iodine, acid, and lead reactions from the unknown substance in the suspects.
By sticking to our data and seeing a lack of definite correlation, as well as that slight correlation not implying causation, we can understand the best possible situation. The most likely outcome is that none of the suspects stole the cupcakes. Or perhaps all or one of them actually did take them, but the inconclusive data does not allow us to indict anyone. Because maybe even rats ate them. But we will never fully know. By sticking to our data and not having experimental bias, we could determine that no one did it.